Development here in Madang or development in the country?
Development is a process.
It's about providing the basics.
A process in which
education is the first priority.
So email was working, something was on socialize, something was in economy.
Development meeting and by start lo me one.
Development and one plus something where
government working good plus something lo side lo me pla all people.
The development
is simply a change.
We've seen a huge change.
And right now at the trend we are going, we are developing at a very kind of fast rate. And some parts are really developing, some centers. Some are still way back.
Madang has a very big potential in development in terms of economic development, and Ramu Nickel is one of those major projects that contribute to the economic development of the province. And one of the things that the Ramu Nickel and the Madang Chamber of Commerce or anybody for that matter comes in for business, they look at how best they can create wealth, not only for the investors, but also for the local people.
na narapla something of fishing project or kind something or some so mipla by sanapantablo desla kind of work now by or some senis by come up inside the community in a family.
But lo come down lo legal work we make him lo yeah some me make him legal trade store. This development and can start from legal some street sales na legal taka shop. From there, we change, start low work, na make some change go, and change come up with some big development, na kind of some can change color big really awesome store.
Big plus something lo service misa looking long lo side lo market, long because me married lo market, me yard lo sit down nothing lo house, na. Me market ya me pili mosem good plus something through government look save lo mina me sit down lo public na me public place or same now me market ya.
We have seen tremendous changes from when we left here and then returned. For example, grade 10 was the highest in education at the time that we were here. And if you passed your 10 exams, well, that's great. Now it's 12 and now university. So in that development, we're getting better educated people.
Academics perspective or learner perspective, we haven't reached that far yet. Schools, let's say. People don't see that the building itself represents an institution that could make a person grow, change from one way of understanding things to the other.
Academically, I can say that students are not really performing well. There are a handful of students are really trying their best to get somewhere. Maybe one thing I think is because like we have students from well-off backgrounds. They don't take education too seriously.
We also focus on this the full human integral development, like spiritual, physical, and also we look at the mental development of the children.
When we talk about spiritual development, it's to do with tying with the divine in the practical lives of the people. So when people can develop in terms of maturing in their spiritual life, is to say that people have developed. And if people are not developing in the spiritual maturity to be mature in spiritual life, then we say people are still becoming. So development could mean a progress.
I think you're very lucky here in Papua New Guinea because the church does have a big influence on people's lives, and Papua New Guineans are very faithful to their church, and they support it tremendously. And when we have good shepherds, good pastors, good leaders guiding it, and I think that's the key, both priests and pastors have to be disciplined, have to be honest, and have to show a good example in their lives. That's the key.
Now, also, all get something I ask from spiritual side. Suppose you do something in a wrong good. Also, my Bible me talk. Time you think of development. To do some you me also na ego wrong big plus school good process company. No got wrong this fella. That's you must balance. Maybe also this fella two big plus something. Suppose also you kiss him something materialistic at the same time. Then you must also think him something spirit. That's all. Long time wrong you me. Planti mamere ori lusim tinti nong saibronga spirit. Orusemna planti heavy sabe kama. So you all get a mamere muscles and black skin or yellow or white or and godi woki mi. So you hear us and Papa Nini too. Now think him something on spirit pastime.
The history of the church, the history of Christianization in PNG took 150 years already. For some it's 90, for some it's 80, for some it's 60, for some it's 50, and it goes down. But in terms of evangelization, Christianity has been established here long enough, from the 1800s. So like 150 years over, we have developed in terms of spiritual development.
As a social worker in this programs, that we are visionizing that our villages have this kind of living where they have a good house, they are educated, they can earn some money to help themselves. The literacy level is good, can read and understand. Those are some development. The health status of women and children have improved from what now we are looking at. So stages of development does take a while, but there are lots of cross-cutting issues in what we say as development.
Development in one place something where and by working big place is inside long family na osem lo community too. Osem life lo mipla pasta mi kam e minar plakan. So suppose mipla allow him or mipla accept him development he come inside any development. He come inside long family, inside house line or community. Sindaun belum mipla by senis.
The main idea is for families to have good lives or good living standards in their homes, especially in the villages.
Plan the senis come up inside of family. Long family belum yet. Even inside of this la work me help him community too. Long when something me benefit lo this la na me using this la or lig money long me save him community lo sample kind plan the way. Me no not mention him or me no not go through lo this la. Na inside long family too life is senis lig. Me talk lig because me no got fridge long house before. Now me got fridge. Me no got TV lo table. Me got TV. Me no got sample something so this log something big. Me no got computer lo table. Now me got computer lo table. All daughter blow me say okay. Me no got all this like and something long house, but now me got all something. So this let me show me also me come up also me alright lo sample area where meeting by me no na alright lo.
So for me I see development as a family in good health, being educated, free from violence.
Me got big blah thinking long. Any kind of development, it must come up long. Community blow me or family blow me.
Some of the examples of challenges that we face is we sometimes find it very hard to discipline.
We are reluctant to accept certain things. We are comfortable in the zones that we have created.
This was a social program, Emi Kama Planti.
It is now up to the government to really create an environment, especially for the Medellin government, to come up with something that will encourage more investors to come.
And work together to make this country a better country in which to live.
Government looks at informal sector, market, but providing enough something lo mi pla ol informal sector o sem straight mol good pla house blo mi pla lo market no table blo mi pla ma sit down good lo proper place long public place or sem na mi pla market.
Everyone think about the government helping, giving money and all this kind of thing. We wait for the government to help us so we develop, we have free education, all this. But then we need to also educate our people to take ownership of the programs to help their lives develop. So we emphasize on that. And the challenges is one, money is another thing. Infrastructure in terms of good classrooms, health centers, workers to carry the program on. So those are challenges that come with development as well. Development which help each and every one to have a good life for families, individuals, and generations to come on.